Hey everybody, welcome to our Sunday evening Zoom call. And I like to call these the client celebration calls. And I'm really excited because we have some very fun stories tonight and some really fun people. So if you're looking for some fun friends and something to do, you can come and play with us. So anyway, first up is my friend Dennis, who I met through health coaching. I love how a lot of us here wouldn't have met had we not gotten healthy first and then gotten connected that way. So Dennis, I'm going to let you tell your story and take it away.
All right, super. Hey, everybody. So my name is Dennis Baker, and Michael and I are fully integrated EDs. We've been with the company. I got on the program in October, but I'll tell you a little bit about my story first. I was a heavy child growing up. So I always battled with my weight as a young adult, but when I was younger, in my 20s and 30s, it was easy to jump on whatever fad diet there was and just get the weight off. But when I hit 50 4 years ago, it was not budging. I got on another program. I stopped eating meat, was working out every day at the gym and hitting it pretty hard. And in like 3 years, I had only lost 3 pounds. So I got very depressed. I blamed it on my age and was just really upset. And then Glenda, who's a friend of mine that we travel with, actually called and told me about a game that was going on.
This is the ID number.
And I said, well, that's fine about the game, but I just want to know about the program. Because I was ready to lose weight. I knew I had to get healthy. I was on 2 different blood pressure medicines. My blood sugar was borderline, I was pre-diabetic. So I got on the program, and within 3 days, I had so much energy that I knew this was something that we had to pay forward. Well, actually, I was at home cooking, and I do hair during the day. So I have small conversations all day long. And when I come home, I'm usually not very chatty. So Michael came home, and I was just running my mouth. I was cooking, and Michael said, God, you're real chatty tonight. And I said, you better check the ingredients in that food. There must be stimulants in it. So he checked the food, and that's when he got excited. We both talked it over, and then we decided we had to go out and coach this. And
there were no stimulants.
There were no stimulants. It's all healthy. So that was 3 days in the program. So fast forward to 10 weeks in the program, and I had hit my goal, which was not my original goal. My original goal was 20 pounds, but I hit that pretty fast. And then when I saw that that was not really good for my BMI, for my height, then I decided to go for the healthy BMI of 37 pounds, and I did it in 10 weeks over the holidays, and that was through a vacation or a couple of vacations. So, and I've kept it off, and it's been over 1.5 years. So that is my story. And then Dorothy, I'd like to introduce Dorothy Lubin. Dorothy overheard Michael and myself talking to our clients. We were working from a beach chair at our favorite resort in Cancun. And we were calling all of our clients while we were out in the sun, and we were having a good time chatting away with everybody. Michael had his phone, I had my phone. And there was this couple sitting next to us, and she stopped us and she said, I don't mean to eavesdrop, but I want to know about this program you're talking about. So that's how we met. We became Facebook friends, and that's pretty much it. And then Dorothy did very well on the program.
So Tricia, can you unmute Dorothy? We can't seem to unmute her. Hold on, Dorothy. You're not muted yet. I mean, you're not. There
Right.
it goes. There you go.
Can you hear me now? All right.
You're good to go.
Okay. Well, hi. It's nice to meet everyone. Yes, that's true. I saw those guys very cheerfully helping people on their vacation, and I just couldn't help but ask, what in the heck are you doing? Well, at that time, it was last January, I think it was, and I was with my husband, and I was very concerned about my husband's health. He was like 300 plus pounds, and high cholesterol, borderline diabetes, heart issues, and I had started gaining weight too after 50, believe it or not. And let's see, I was pretty depressed, and let's see, I had very low self-esteem. I felt generally sluggish, and all my clothes fit too tight. I mean, I had my rolls going over the waistline. I couldn't stand it. I really couldn't. And I felt like giving up, really. And then I heard these guys, and I heard their story. And I'm like, wow, this sounds really interested. And I waited for 3 months. I said, okay, this is it. The real clincher was the child I was watching at the time, because I'm a nanny. He said, "You're getting fat." And I said, "What? Oh no, I can't stand it anymore. I can't have my child call me fat." Anyway, I know children are truthful, and that just really brought it home. I said, okay, I have to do something about this. So that's when I decided to start. And that was, I think, last April. Okay, so I've lost 30 pounds, and I'm very, very, very happy. I mean, I am so excited about this program. I mean, it gave me so much energy. It gave me a new outlook on life. I feel so much better about myself. And my husband, he is walking better. He's more energetic, and his cholesterol has gone down. He's doing so much better, and he's still going for it. And anyway, I decided that I wanted to become a coach because, I mean, how can I keep all this to myself? You know what I mean? So, I mean, I just became a coach about, I think, a week ago, right, guys? Yeah, something like that.
That's right.
Yep. So I'm very excited. Now my boss and her husband has joined the program, and they're just very excited, and she wants to lose right away. I mean, she's just getting on the ball, and well, that's my story. And I'm really glad that you guys were here to introduce me. Thank you.
Isn't it cool that you get to find all this out when you're just hanging out by the pool in a completely different country?
I know, on a vacation. Imagine that.
And I love what you said about how can you keep it to yourself, because truly that is just so important. How much weight has your husband lost now, Dorothy?
60 pounds.
Wow. 60 pounds. How long has that taken?
That took about 5 months.
Okay.
Yeah. And it took me the same to lose 30 pounds.
It's not fair, is it?
I know. And then he said the other day, I thought he wanted to take a break from the program. So, but he said, pass me a bar. I have 30 more to go. I said, yes.
Okay, good. So, what are you enjoying about coaching so far?
Well, I'm enjoying learning all about the program. I'm enjoying learning about all the support system that we have, which unfortunately I didn't use when I was on the program. I wasn't aware, or I didn't even take the time to use it. So, I mean, for me, that's the most exciting part. And then getting to know more about all the other coaches and how the whole program works. I mean, this support system is just incredible, and I'm going to tell my 2 clients about it and suggest that they use it, because they use the internet, you know,
Right.
a lot more than I do. Mm-hmm.
And wouldn't you all agree that, you know, this is something, I don't know who here, raise their hand, has battled this, I don't know, for like a long time. Just me. Oh, okay. All right. So if I love that we're a program that kind of picks up where others leave off, because almost even like the crazy wild diets, like the one hot fudge sundae a day diet, or whatever they call them, you know, I love how most of them will get you to your goal weight, but then what are you going to do to keep it off? And when you're in this healthy community, then that just makes all the difference in the world. Wouldn't you agree?
Yes,
Yeah.
definitely.
So I'm glad you found the support. It was fun when Michael and Dennis were on vacation. Was that yesterday that we did that, Dorothy? We had we had to like work some things out about getting her ready for the call. And I said, well, hop on Zoom. We'll do this. She said, what? I said, just, and so that way, I don't know, 2 time zones away and me and mine, then we just hopped on the computer and here we all are kind of, helping each other out. And that's just one of the really great aspects of it. So thanks so much for sharing your story, Dorothy. I appreciate it.
Oh, thanks for having me.
Absolutely. Okay, I'm going to mute you again so that you can be in your little car.
Well,
Hold on. What was that?
I said I was glad I was able to use my phone on Zoom because, after all was said and done, I couldn't use my computer. So silly.
With the aid of smartphones these days, you can do that. I have plenty of time Zoomed, back when I was still working full-time, Zoomed in the car on the way home from work. People can see this open and the trees going by as I'm doing my Zoom call. It's great.
Wow. Yay.
All right. So we're glad you're here. Thanks again.
Thank you.
Okay. Let's see. The habit of health of this week is, who knows what it is? Anybody? I believe it's all about sleep. So since we have him and we have, I decided to make him one of our guest speakers and he didn't even know it because he was on vacay again. Dr. Michael Smith, why don't you tell us about the importance of sleep? Because I don't know about everybody else on the call, but until I found our program and started learning about all of our habits of health, I didn't know that that was one of the reasons why I was having a hard time losing weight, was because I wasn't sleeping decently. So tell us about that.
Yeah, so we know and we continue to see so much research about how your weight and your health is directly linked to how much sleep you get. So you've probably heard you should get 7 to 8 hours of sleep, but we've actually seen people who get less than that, especially less than 5 or 6 hours of sleep. Actually, not only are they tend to be a lot heavier, but they actually tend to die even earlier. So we know that sleep is so critically important. When you get the right amount of sleep, it actually helps balance your hormones. So we have hormones that regulate our appetite, some that make our appetite go up and some that make our appetite go down. And when you get the right amount of sleep, those are balanced. But if you don't, then the hormone that makes you hungry actually goes higher. And the hormone that helps set that you're satisfied goes down. So that's why we tend to be so much hungrier and making poor choices. And it, in addition to affecting our weight, we know that people who don't sleep well also have a higher risk of all these other conditions that we're able to combat with this program: diabetes, heart disease, all that stuff. So it's really important to, as you go along your health journey, to not forget about the importance of sleep. And that's why Take Shape for Life makes it one of their very important healthy habits.
Wow. And I have a barking dog in the background, so I'm going to have to leave you guys to, if it gets worse, to settle that down. It's just mind-boggling to me because that was just something that I didn't know anything about. So does anybody else, I'm going to mute myself in a second, have a question for Michael or a commentary or anybody on the call? Hold on. Let me get you unmuted. Go, Tony.
You know what I've been thinking of recently is the fact that a lot of people are on those PAP machines because of their sleep. So is that attributed normally to someone being overweight?
Absolutely. Most times, when someone has sleep apnea and they need a CPAP machine, which is, if you're not familiar with, that's that kind of big mask and it blows air in your face, and it can be really hard for people to get used to that. It's important for them to be on it, but the reason they probably need it is actually their weight, because when you're heavy, you think of it as someone that snores a lot, but in reality what's happening is they're stopping breathing. And when you have sleep apnea, you stop breathing for 10 seconds or more. And so that obviously is very serious. It causes high blood pressure and heart disease. And if you lose weight, most of those people can come off that machine.
Okay.
I think that my husband was one of the people that pointed out that I stopped snoring when I lost my weight.
Yeah.
Not that I was before, whatever.
You know, and what we've noticed, and I'm sure some of the other coaches that can speak to this too, is as people get on the program, their sleep improves significantly. And it's not only because of the weight loss. Yes, when you lose weight, and especially a significant amount of weight, you're going to sleep better because you're going to stop waking up and snoring so much. But actually, very early in the program, when you get your blood sugar regulated from this program and it's not going up and down and your insulin levels aren't going up and down along with it, when you have that balance, that is going to help you sleep better because your body has what it needs and it's able to focus on getting rest instead of waking you up in the middle of the night, you thinking you're hungry.
Gotcha. Now, another thing that I didn't know and I read about in our Habits of Health, and maybe you can get into a little bit of the science about it. Tell me about the proper sleeping temperature that the body creates a hormone that'll help sleep.
Yeah, so I mean, especially you're going to sleep better in cooler temperatures. It is known, and I don't know the exact temperature, I think it's pretty low, that you're going to sleep better. So this all is part of what we call sleep hygiene. You might have heard that term. What that really means is creating the proper environment to help you get to sleep, but also stay to sleep. One of our biggest problems that we all do is all of our electronics. So we have those in our faces even up until bedtime. And when you have that bright light shining in your eye, the melatonin, the sleep hormone, can't do its thing. Your eyes need to rest, need to decrease the light exposure so that melatonin can start going up and help you fall asleep. That's why taking melatonin is a very, if you're having trouble sleeping, that's one of the best things you should try first because it's a natural hormone. All the sleeping pills are not really the route you want to go if you can avoid that. Getting your melatonin regulated, but trying to do that naturally just by giving your eyes a break from all that light is one of the best ways to create that proper sleep environment.
Gotcha. Great. Anybody else have any questions for the doctor? Hold on, Barbara does. Let me unmute you. Okay, Barb, go.
I read earlier today that you have a special interest in autoimmune disease. Mm-hmm. And I wonder if weight loss on autoimmune is any different than for anyone else.
Well, I actually have an autoimmune disease called ankylosing spondylitis. So I did not have a weight loss story. I did not need to lose any weight. But as we tell all our coaches, even if you don't have weight to lose, we recommend you go on the program so that you can understand how fat burn feels and be able to relate to being on the program. I tell you that because when I did go on the program, I noticed something remarkably different about myself, is that prior to eating this way, I used to have various pain, pain in my chest, pain in my hip, pain in my spine, which comes along with my condition. I almost never have any of that anymore. Because for me, the thing that has made such a drastic difference, and I think, honestly, more and more over time, we're going to learn that starchy carbs, the thing that we all try to avoid during the weight loss phase, is actually something we should avoid forever. Because we're seeing more and more research that as you eat those kind of starchy carbs, it causes inflammation in your body. And so obviously someone who has an autoimmune disease has more inflammation in their body to begin with. So anything we can do to naturally bring that down. And, one of the best stories, and we'll have to try to find it, is Lisa Castro, who is a coach. She had, she was so bad off, they didn't even know what she had. They know she had some severe autoimmune stuff going on. They thought it might be lupus, but she went for years and years and years and was just really, really sick. She found this program, went on it. She didn't have a ton of weight to lose. She definitely lost weight and got extremely fit. But what she noticed is that, again, it just wiped out her inflammation in her body, and she is just completely, remarkably a different person today. So I sincerely feel that we're going to learn more and more about these starchy carbs being a big, causing a big increase in inflammation, and something that I feel that we should all try to limit in our diet, even after the weight loss phase.
Good. All right. So I have several of my clients who have, what is that generalized malaise that nobody can put a name on? You know what I'm talking about, Michael?
You mean fibromyalgia?
Yes. Yes. Yep. Okay, so I've had several clients with fibromyalgia who, within literally the first week of being on program, they're like, oh my gosh, I didn't realize what kind of crap I was putting in my body. And now that I'm not, I feel so much better. Like you said, nothing hurts anymore. I'm like, wow, that's pretty impressive. Thankfully, I don't suffer from that. But it's just amazing, a whole lot of things that we can fix with proper nutrition.
Yeah, and one of the big problems with fibromyalgia is they don't sleep well. They don't necessarily know they don't sleep well, but they're not. And because of that lack of restful sleep is one of the big things that increases their symptoms. And we've seen the same thing. You get it regulated, and it's just amazing what can happen.
Wow. Cool. Well, thanks, Michael. So, Dennis, can I finish up with you telling me like your favorite things, plural, singular, whatever, about coaching?
Oh, wow. Well, my favorite things about coaching is actually seeing someone transform and just become a different person from the inside out when they get healthy and lose the weight. My best friend, who was one of the first ones that I got on the program when I started coaching, is now a different person. She has not dated in 18 years because of her weight, and she is now in love, and she's never had in a bathing suit before, and now she was just in Barbados, and all I saw were snapshots of her in different bathing suits. She's a different person. Our niece, the same way Lizzie's on, she transformed, and seeing that transformation in her at such a young, pivotal age, going into college, a different person. She was down close to 60 pounds, I think, 50 to 60 pounds. And there's story after story everybody that we run into, Dorothy's story, that just makes me so happy. So that's wonderful. And another thing is that we can do it from anywhere. Michael and I, as if you don't know, we love to travel. And this is something that we can take with us wherever we go. And we love it so much, it's not work for us. And we stay in touch, and we do the things that we need to do from anywhere that we have a cell phone. And that I love. So, because I can't do hair like that. So.
Well, that's great. Well, thank you so much, everybody. Any final questions before we wrap it up for tonight? Raise your hand or beat me or something. No? All right. I'm so glad you all were here, and thank you, Michael and Dennis, for sharing. Thank you, Dorothy, for sharing your story, and we look forward to seeing. Hold on, Glenda, are you waving goodbye?
Yes, no, I'm saying I was going to post Lisa Castro's video in Commit to Be Fit. So if anybody wants to go see it, I'll post it right after we get off here.
Great.
Great.
And for anybody that is looking and watching this on playback, in case you are not yet a client and you don't know what Commit to Be Fit is, this is a good time to mention we have a secret site for our clients where we support each other, we share recipes, we share videos like that, and I'll always post the playback both on my wall if you need the public version, and we'll post it in Commit to Be Fit as well so that you guys can share it with anybody who didn't have a chance to be on. So thank you, Glenda, for doing that, and we will see you guys all back next week. All right, have a great week.
Have a great
Hey, guys.
Bye-bye.
Bye.